Hello, everybody, and welcome into another exciting episode of Bloody Good Horror. My name's Eric, and I'll be your host for this evening, where we will be reviewing a little bit of a preview tonight for you of a movie that's about to come out called Deathstalker, from the folks that brought you PG, Psycho, Goreman, and a personal favorite of mine, Frankie Freako. Joining me tonight, first up...
Who isn't it a favorite of?
First up from the mean streets of Oakland, California, please welcome Rachel to the show. Next up from the socialist streets of New York City, please welcome John Schnorrs to the show. How's that socialism hitting for you tonight,
Hello,
John?
comrade.
That's right. And last up tonight from Indiana, please welcome Casey to the show.
Hello.
All right. We're here.
Deathstalker.
So,
Puppets?
Should we just, can I ask up front, had anybody seen any of the original Deathstalker films?
Absolutely not.
Nope,
I didn't even
did
know
not
there was...
even know it was a thing.
Nope.
I think I may have seen one, but I can't remember.
I didn't
exactly.
even know there was more than one until what you just said. Are you sure?
I
there was more than
believe
one?
there were 5.
Yeah.
There's
4
like
or 5.
4, I think. Yeah, I
The-
think it says 4.
Okay,
4 3
when
sequels.
when Patton Oswalt, there's a point in which his character is like talking about a legend or something, and they show a bunch of footage. Was that from one of the old movies? Because it looked
honestly,
old to me.
I
I was
couldn't
like,
tell ya.
I was like, that would actually be a really neat way to work the
that's-
original one, but I don't know if they did that.
I don't think so.
Okay,
The original, they're all Roger Corman
Mm-hmm.
productions. Yeah, no, I was reading a little bit because as is my want, I was very curious how the IP sort of passed. I did not solve the puzzle. I mean,
well,
you know.
did you? I know a little bit.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know about the
Do
IP,
tell.
but I know who kind of like spurred this was actually a super fan of the original series,
Yeah.
Slash from Guns N'
Slash.
Roses, who is one of the
did
producers
know.
of this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
Googling images, and funnily enough, like a lot of this monster stuff, I guess that makes sense, but a lot of it tracks to the originals.
Ooh, they're
Oh,
on
yeah.
Prime and Tubi.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I might
do
go
kind-
check it out now. I'm
They do
curious.
kind of
Yeah.
look sick from
Yeah.
what I'm looking at.
I'm kind of curious too.
I did see. I was reading about the Slash piece. That part I was familiar with. But like,
Okay.
you know,
The pig guys are in the original, from what I see.
I do spend time thinking about things like IP availability, and I'm like, how did these?
This is the exact kind of
Superheroes.
remake I want, though, because I don't know shit about
100%.
this. I'm not,
100%.
and it's enough of a recognition that I'm like, oh, okay, I pay attention to it, but I don't really have any feelings. So, like, sure, what you
Well, Look, we don't need to start the review until we're ready to start the review. But
got?
like,
New York City bumping tonight.
yeah. I mean, I can go on mute, but this is the Mamdani fans. They're out here in the streets. No, I mean, like doing this like more or less back to back with Toxic Avenger. You know, we should discuss.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Why don't we do that? Let's discuss.
What? Discuss the movie? Okay.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. From the front time. Main feature.
John, I have an embarrassing New York confession to make tonight.
Ooh.
I have a coworker and a friend who's from Long Island, and I didn't know that they have their own government.
I mean, well, what, like they have the New York State government. They're part
Like
of the
that they
state
didn't
of
vote
New York.
for the New York City mayor.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely
Like,
don't do that.
They have their own mayor or
There's a
something.
lot of towns out there in the old Long Island. It's a Long Island. It's
I-
physically long.
Apparently, yeah, this is what I'm learning.
So-
I didn't know.
No, I mean like parts of New York City are physically contiguous with Long Island, but
Sure. You know me, John, you've seen me in New York City. I find it huge and frightening and unknowable in many ways.
well, it's part of its magic, Eric.
So just learning. Just out here learning. Yeah. I'm new. All right, John, speaking of learning,
Yes.
please bring us the word of the day.
Eric, today's word is freebooter.
Oh, ooh.
Freebooter. F-R-E-E.
That sounds like something that Rachel would have one of her writers write about.
Yeah.
Freebooting.
She might.
It is the new toxic dating trend that the Zennials are all doing. Freebooting.
Freebooter.
Is this anything like boofing?
No, it isn't. B-O-O-T-E-R. It's spelled as it sounds. A pirate or lawless adventurer.
Oh, freebooter. I get it. Like a sellsword.
Correct. There you
Ooh.
go.
I read
a marauder,
Game of Thrones.
a raider.
Yeah.
Comes to us from the Dutch. How about this? Dutch. The word is V-R-I-J. Vrij. Boot. B-U-I-T. Free and booty. Vrijboot. And
I'm always saying, John, free the booty. Yeah, that's my
exactly. No, I mean, who among us wouldn't support that?
Let them cast the first stone. Cool.
What
does it have to do with this movie?
Well, you might say that this here Deathstalker, now played by, it does not want to scroll here, Daniel Bernhardt. Deathstalker is an iconic freebooter. He's a I don't know what,
He's
what,
like
did, what did you say? Sellsword? I mean, sure, he's one of those.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not
not really
really for hire,
sellsword because
though.
he's
Yeah, yeah.
by himself. Yeah, he's
Correct.
he's a lone wolf, John. He reminded me of
He's
like
a Ronin.
He reminded me of
yeah, that's good.
like a dollar store John Hamm, is what I felt like.
Dude,
Yes.
I could
Yes.
not get over
Yes.
the fact he looks exactly like John Hamm in this movie.
Okay, I'm
I
not the
thought I
only
was
one.
going to be
Good.
the one that like brought that up. I can't believe it right out of the gate. Yes. Why?
He's
Well,
like
like
the
not-
estranged sibling that comes back
And
and, like
not that he's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
handsome, but like he's not as handsome as John Hamm, but he's also ripped. So
Dude,
he's
super
got that
ripped.
going for him.
Well, so this guy, I was researching our new friend here, Daniel Bernhardt, sort of long time stunt performer, but he's acted a ton too. He was in the second, third, and fourth Bloodsport film.
Oh.
He was in at least one of the John Wicks. I think the first one. He's in. I mean, whatever. He's been in a ton of stuff. He's done some stuff as a stunt guy, and then he's actually, he's acted in other things. This has got to be by far his biggest role in terms of
I'm sure.
leading a film. I don't know if you
Well-
guys saw. They also raised money on Kickstarter for this.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and he was like part of the rollout. Like he was very. Whatever. We can get into it, but yeah, fun.
All right, John. Tell me about Deathstalker.
Yeah, Deathstalker. The original films. Shit, I don't have the. Is it 72? I think is the first.
83.
One? Oh, is it? Okay. For some reason, I thought they were earlier than that. Yeah, it's like 83, 87, and then maybe like they get into the early 90s at that point. So as we were discussing earlier, I don't know that I would call these iconic sword and sorcery films, but they're
I mean, they're like kind of
beloved.
Conan knockoffs. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were-
there was a whole era when it was like,
100%
yeah,
Conan.
Conan. It's like, like a vaguely muscly dude that's like, and the cheaper the movie, the less attractive they are. Like you can track kind of what tier you're at.
Well, in his Roger
They just get
Corman
weirder
way,
looking as you get farther down the ladder.
I was reading the plot of the first Deathstalker because I was like, I gotta, like, was there any connection here? And there's not, like, plot wise, like truly this is actually more of a sequel than
Yeah.
any. It's not a remake. It is a reboot but pitched very much as a continuation or sequel. So the Deathstalker is, as we said, he's a lone wolf. We meet him. He's going. Oh, well, I should say Stephen Kostansky, as Eric mentioned, Psycho Goreman, Frankie Freako. What's the Void? Yeah, just a wizard. Like an absolute special effects wizard, but with his own style, obviously. And yeah, I mean, so I was excited the second I even heard he was involved with this thing. It's exactly what you think. If you've seen Psycho Goreman and you're like, what would a sword and sorcery version of that look like? And that's what we have here. So the Deathstalker, we find him, he's like going through like a battlefield, randomly killing and stealing from the sort of injured soldiers, and he inadvertently takes an amulet that's cursed, I think. It has some sort of magical properties. There's like a bunch of other people that want this thing, specifically like I guess he's a wizard. Like again,
Necromancer.
You're right. He is a
Yeah.
necromancer. There's Dreadites, I think they're called, are sort of like
Correct.
his sort of minions, and they then are chasing the Deathstalker. He hooks up with another character, Doodad. Doodad is played by a little person, but voiced by Patton Oswalt. I mean, a little person in a costume, like in a
I had the
rubber
thought,
mask.
is this okay? And then I said, Rachel will tell me if it's okay.
I think it's fine.
Look, like I think everybody's having a good time here, right? Like it's you know. I should say the actor. It's actually an actress. Laurie Field plays Doodad, and Patton Oswalt is the voice. So they come together. Doodad has like his own magical powers. He can like shoot balls of lightning, like not super accurately though. And then there's this like convoluted plot about how they have to like find a special sword to like stop the necromancer and save the universe. There's like a prince guy who's pretty funny at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's lots. Then they do eventually hook up with like
You know who that Prince guy was? He's like the Frankie Freako lead guy. The nerd
I
guy
thought he
from
looked
Frankie Freako.
familiar.
Oh,
100%.
shit. Okay.
Know that fucker anywhere.
Yeah.
He didn't have his glasses on. I was so confused.
Yeah.
And they hook up with basically a lady sellsword, Brisbane.
She's a thief.
She's in the
Thief.
Thieves Guild,
Yeah.
like in Skyrim.
Christina Orjalo. That's
Love
the
it.
actress. Yeah. Hilarity
All right.
ensues.
Yeah.
Truly. Rachel, what'd you think?
Okay, so I was thinking about this. Like, how do you talk about a movie like this and say anything beyond it? Like, it's fun, it's fun, it's fun. And it is fun. But I was thinking about kind of what makes it fun. And I think it's what Kostansky gets right isn't just like nostalgia. It's not just the joys of puppety violence and the gore. It's that his movies, it's his tone. He understands tone in a way that I think is really interesting. His movies like invite you in and they feel like you're a part of an inside joke, which makes it very charming to be in his worlds. His characters are likable. You want to spend time with
And the tone is like distinctly his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it feels like he is playing with his dolls in this movie, and you are in the sandbox with him, playing along with him. There is a lot of joy to these movies. They are whimsical. There is a real sense of imagination. He has in terms of the design of his monsters and his creatures, like he has a very distinct look that I'm coming to know and recognize, and I really, really like. It is the most wholesome movie I've seen all year that opens with a very gory decapitation, which that in and of itself, I was like, I'm in, I'm sold, I'm ready. There are clearly budgetary restrictions and limitations in this, but I feel like the movie sort of embraces what would otherwise be in Eric parlance shaggy edges, and like because of that, it sort of like weaves it into this larger like aesthetic, or like it occasionally is sort of meta about it. Other times it can be really epic, but like there are times where you can practically see the hands inside the latex mouths of these puppets, but it doesn't matter because it is an aesthetic. It's almost like an aesthetic choice. But then there are also other moments that are like visually pretty inspired. I'm thinking about there's sort of like some funny back and forth action in the foreground. In the background, you have these like this epic battle between giants happening that just goes uncommented on.
Yeah.
And it's smart world building. You know, it really kind of adds to the value of the visual and the world building that he does. But The other thing, and I know I'm going long, so I'm going to wrap it up, but the other thing I love about this is it is very much a love letter to the sword and sorcery genre, which I love. It has all of the imaginations and the camp and the gore and the really cool monsters, but it lacks the thing that I dislike when you go back and watch these things, especially Corman joins, which is the like very gratuitous chauvinism. Instead, here we have characters that I can enjoy each and every one of them, including the main character, which is an archetype that is not typically one that I like. So that is quite a feat in and of itself. But yeah, I really like this. I giggled. It's silly, and it just continues to cement him as a filmmaker that I'm like excited for anything he does.
Rachel, I would invite you to go read the Wikipedia description of Deathstalker 1, or the plot breakdown. It's there's a lot of there's some chauvinism.
Your
Just in the
lead
plot
is,
description.
like a sexual predator. So yes, I did actually read it. The lead female character is described as a woman in a thong and nothing else. So I was like, okay, that's not for me.
It's a different vibe.
Casey.
Well, despite Rachel's comments about, how can you talk about this movie except to say it was fun, it was fun, it was fun, I gotta say, I don't have a lot different to say than what Rachel had to say.
Sorry.
This movie it hit on all the right notes for me. This movie, the plot is not necessarily deep. And I had my own personal struggles with the plot here and there, and it feels a tiny bit long in that aspect. But ultimately, it doesn't matter because everything that's wrapped around that plot is fun, and it is crafted with love, I would say. The performances feel like they're crafted with love. The people are enjoying being there and putting their all into this, and honestly, the draws, you all know me, the monsters to this thing are just amazing, and I'm willing to accept any kind of shortcomings just to see more of these monsters playing around. Seeing, Patton Oswalt, I think, was a genius casting for this. I really loved that once he started going, and it was great, and they kept it so, you knew it was Patton Oswalt, but it wasn't like so glaringly leaned into that it was distracting. It felt natural, and they really worked him in well, and it is a great throwback to that sword and sorcery genre. When I grew up, my dad, I know there was a series by John Norman called Gore. It has like 36 books or something like that, and it was in that same genre and vein as Deathstalker. And to be honest, I had thought that Deathstalker was a book that my dad had read. I looked it up, and I think it was a comic book at some point, it was that close that it reminded me of those books. And like to Rachel's point, that was such a big part. The misogyny and chauvinism was such a big part of that sword and sorcery genre throughout the 70s and 80s. So that was kind of once we first heard this was coming, it's all I could think of was like, how are they going to do this and not like be canceled immediately or something? This is going to be interesting. And they did a great job of putting this together and still feeling like the original genre and paying homage, and it really doesn't feel like it's missing anything. So I'm a big fan.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge sword and sorcery head or anything. It's not, I don't go super deep. And
I always say that about you. Was that wrong?
Yeah.
Should I not say that?
No, well, I feel like I've probably seen more of the like ancient Greek, like the Hercules movies, and like, which are, I believe, an earlier, like at least a generation earlier, and definitely not as much TNA, although some. But no. So in any event, I was very excited, having seen Frankie Freako not so long ago. I mean, just kind of being a little obsessed with Kostansky and like what he's done the like last couple of movies that we've covered. These are, look, this is an idiosyncratic thing. This is not like a thing for everyone, but for the people it is for, it is just chef's kiss. Like it. And Rachel, I like the way you came into the review trying to think like, how do we talk about this in a way that isn't just like, wasn't that part cool? No, but the point you were making about the way he invites you into the zaniness, because even Frankie Freako has that same element. Like, it is the weirdest goddamn movie on the planet,
Yeah.
Truly.
But when you're in it, you're just like, it's like you're in his delusional fantasy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And this is interesting because it's much like he's paying homage to the genre, and so like there are tropes or rules that he is working with. There's a more defined kind of like palette that he's working from here, but you even still get the moments that are just so kooky. Maybe my favorite scene in the movie is when they're fighting the swamp monsters attack and like kill all of the bandits, and then the doodad plays the like flute, which is like this fucking, it's not even a flute, it's like a recorder, which my kid is playing right
Like
now in
full
fourth grade.
kazoo.
Yes. And the doodad's playing the recorder, and the monsters are like calming down, and he's like, okay,
Dude.
now you need to hug him.
Hug him.
That's the best moment in the movie.
It's-
Those
it's
goddamn
so-
swamp monsters.
It's so good, and he hugs the swamp monster, and he gets like a little smile on his face, and he like then dude has
Doesn't
like,
wanna let
you can
go.
let go, yeah. And it's just like that moment makes the whole movie in some ways. So yeah, look, I had a great time. I sort of like structurally, it's a little plotting because it's a quest movie, and it's just sort of like
Here's one thing I
Here-
will say. The original Deathstalker, according to Google, 80 minutes. This one is an hour
Hey.
and 45.
Yeah, yeah.
And like probably
It's a
doesn't
little.
need to be.
It's a little long. It's a little
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
So, but even then, like there's set pieces, and you go from one set piece to the next. Like when he gets to the prince, the Frankie Freako guy, I guess, which
Yeah.
I didn't clock at the time. Even that, there's each of those set pieces has their own moment to a certain extent. And so while yes, like by the end you're like, all right, I see what we're doing here. It still works fine.
Yeah, I fucking love this movie. I love it.
Hey.
I've never seen the original, so I got nothing to go on. And it is interesting, having just talked about Toxic Avenger, which obviously I do have a lot of feelings about.
You don't say.
The way I would describe the tone of this is it's like an R-rated episode of Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
Like if you just
Yeah.
shoved a bunch of Deathstalker themed monsters and a bunch of violence into Xena or like Hercules, the show. Same kind of humor, same kind of very like a lot of campfire scenes, a lot of like small-ish battles where you can tell they're working around the budget. But one thing I said about Frankie Freako is like a lot of the charm of the movies these guys make is like this very charming mix of old school lo-fi special effects with just enough CGI and sort of tricks to create atmosphere to sort like they're really great at hinting at larger worlds, even though it's very obvious they don't have the money to do it. And that's what's cool about Frankie Freako. Like there's that one scene where they're just blasting through the cool world or fucking whatever. And you're like, God damn, this shit is so cool. And I remember saying like, I want a whole world a movie where they can just lean into creating more of a world. And they do that here. Obviously, like you can tell they've got to spread their dollars out a little more, right? But they do a great job, and it's all incredibly charming. It's very funny, very violent. I think like I also had this thought that this is like an alternate timeline where the people who made like Dark Crystal, like that Henson crew, kept making movies, but just kept getting less and less money to make them, and never stopped, and stayed in their own little universe with no input from anyone else, and just kept getting weirder and weirder over the years. Like that's sort of how this feels too. It's less. Frankie Freako is wacky. Like
Yeah,
that
it's
is
so
a
weird.
wacky ass movie. This isn't. It's strange to say, but it's a little more straight down the line in a way,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
compared to these guys' other work. But like, man, it's especially in a time where like, we did Black Phone too. I guess that was last week. My biggest complaint about that movie is just how, and I get it, it's a different thing, but it's so deeply fucking self-serious. Like, can we just not have any fun? Like the world is not fun right now. It's really nice to just see some silly shit like this, honestly. And like, I said that about like Mad God, right? Mad God is Mad God the best movie ever made? No, but there's something so endearing to me about the fact that this world was so lodged deep inside someone's head that he was like, I gotta get this out. Like, I'm gonna do. And that's how I feel about this movie. Like the fact that this specific thing was like, oh, we gotta do this. Like, how can you not love that? You know?
Well, and this is like to the point on it as a adaptation or a like whatever reboot, but like they're both showing the love and the reverence they have for this thing that came from a very specific time and place and is kind of gone, right? Like you reference Xena and Hercules. Those actually that's a good pull because what was the last sword and sorcery thing? I mean, now it's super high budget. It's Game of Thrones, right? I mean,
it's high,
like,
right?
Yeah. But or whatever the
and this is bootleg in a way that those are like those the episodes were always like, oh, there's a battle happening where we're camping just outside of it.
Yeah,
so you can hear the noise, but there's just three people
even
around a fire.
Well, dude,
right?
the other thing,
or we're gonna like accost these guards at this larger thing that you can't actually see. But here's this little crevice we're going to be in because then we can show.
Yeah.
It very much, and I think we probably talked about this in the Psycho Goreman episode, but there's like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers element to it as well.
Oh, yeah.
That similar kind of,
There's a
campiness.
lot of fantastic references in this movie, and I'm not sure if you're prepared, John, for how deep it goes. However, so let's say, obviously, like the Dreadites, okay? First of all, they look amazing. They're called Dreadites, but also they do this like very specific melted wax reverse film effect that was big
Love
in the
this.
Evil Dead. Here's my
Yes.
favorite reference, John. I'm wondering if anyone else picked up on this. But at the end, when the villain, the kind of like boss villain, breaks up into those little flying demon things, they are, and I want to now interview the guy who did this movie to ask this exact question.
I know what you're going to say.
They're the exact demons from Freddy's Dead.
Yes!
Like, they're the dream demons.
Yes.
In fact, I Googled it during the movie and went, look, it's these things. Like, this
Yes.
is that. They sound
Yes.
like them. They move like them. They animated it
Yes.
just like them. Like, that's the kind of shit that's
That
gonna make
I did
Eric-
not clock that one.
I
That's gonna
totally
make-
clocked
That's
it.
awesome.
Yes.
That's going to make Eric a fan of your movie, is all I'm saying. And there was a lot of other random things, too, but then I got so excited about the Freddy's Dead thing.
I have to just add, for doing references, the one that delighted me, aside from that one, which you already clocked, is the Ray Harryhausen skeleton battles.
Yes.
Delighted me because that is
The way he comes up
those are
out of the ground and like...
Yeah, those were the
Yes.
ones.
And
that got
actually,
me.
like, I just watched Dream Warriors. They do that same bit in Dream Warriors where Skeleton Freddy comes up out of the ground in the same way, totally like again like a Harryhausen kind of pull.
I love all of his use of these like old techniques, like you said, the reverse wax thing, but then also like the matte paintings and the stop motion animation. All of those things, like you, are just like laser focused in my brain of things that will delight me and make me love your movie.
How
Well,
about
they're- and
the
they're-
screaming ghost? That's just fucking.
Oh my god,
not
that's just like
even
on
moving.
wires is amazing.
It's very
amazing.
charming the way they craft these effects because like it sort of leans into the I'm not, like saying bootleg is kind of underselling because they are really good, but like the swamp monsters, like their faces don't move, like those faces don't have animatronics
make
in
a
them.
joke.
Right?
Doodad's face barely moves.
That's what I'm saying. Like they simultaneously make really great effects, but that you can still tell are low budget, and they lean into that for effect with the atmosphere and the humor.
I was
Like
just
the
thinking
monster's
about-
hands are just like rubbery and flopping around.
Dude,
and
when
you're like-
when the swamp monster waves, but it has 6 fingers, just like it's such a good moment.
the wave might be the best moment in the whole movie.
But really, the Rachel's calling it an aesthetic is really a great way to frame it because those effects paired with them leaning into the cheese and enjoying that camp and stuff just gives this whole thing its own unique feel, and it feels like it's lifted right out of that era. And so it really is an aesthetic to it. It just
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love when there's like a head that gets cut open, you can almost see the nozzle where the blood is
Yeah.
spraying. Like they don't. He gets it just right where it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and
It's
his
the tone.
timing. And his timing is perfect too. He knows not to overlinger on some of these gags, and he knows how to give you just enough for you to catch it. Like the nozzle, for instance. There's no wasted edits in here for those jokes.
I feel like that's one of the ways that it draws you in, though, right? You feel like you're on the inside when you see those little moments, those little edges to it. And
Because there's a moment where
Yeah.
you're like, is he putting me on? Like, what's happening right now? Like, it's like, and they're like, no, this is what we're doing. Like, okay.
yeah, like there's a part where the villains are a foot away from them. They're just like slightly above, and they can't see that there's like this magical rock that they can apparently hide behind.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's absurd, but you're kind of like, this is what we're doing. And it's kind of a wink and a nudge. There's a wink and a nudge to this movie that like makes all of those little rough edges feel charming and DIY and weirdly nostalgic, because it does harken back to all these things that we saw when we were younger. Yeah, I don't know. I think, Eric, you nailed it when you just said the world is really dark right now and we deserve nice things. It was nice to sit down and watch something that was like bloody and deeply wholesome. I don't know.
Wholesome is a weirdly good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a piece of criticism about the fantasy sword that he has to find.
It's so dumb. I love it.
Seemed impractical. Is all.
And I
I'll
love,
say.
well, yeah, here he goes. It's, you know what it reminded me of when I was a kid, like, and we would have corn on the cob. Like my mom had those skewer things that you stick in the butt of the corn.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, it's at the end, the guy's like, it's a perfect sword. And I was like, is it though? Like, is it?
Well,
It feels
it's so
impractical.
good. Well,
It's
then
a fun payoff because like he keeps finding swords and being like, this one's better. Then we get to this ridiculous.
And I love that scene at the very end of the movie after the climax and just before the credits rolled with him and Doodad hanging out and with him standing there kind of awkwardly what to do with the sword.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're not putting it in a sheath. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's good. It was solid. It looked like wait, I don't know. Do you guys the like Nerf sword game? Do you remember the Nerf sword game?
Yeah,
Sort of
vaguely.
impractical in a similar way.
I don't. What was the game part
There
of it?
was
Just
like a
beating the shit
fencing-
out of
it was
each
like-
other?
You could like wail on each other, but then you were supposed to like fence with them, and you could they had like targets you poked at. I don't know. It had like a really big.
You sword fighting, John?
Yeah, sir. I love the sword fighting.
Yeah.
As a young man.
Sounds like a real Duke activity to me.
Y'all laugh
Ay,
at John, but
ay,
I have been a fencer.
Oh, well, there we go.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
Ichi. Who's the fancy boy now?
Exactly.
Love it. All right. Would you recommend Deathstalker, Rachel,
Hard yes. Yeah, definitely.
Casey,
Yes.
Jonathan?
Yes.
I'm a hard yes.
Yay.
All right. 4 thumbs up. Let's take a quick break and do some fan mail.
I just clocked Casey's shirt. I'm obsessed. I love it.
Send feedback to info@bloodygoodhorror.com
I was
or
like, I
on
can
Twitter
kinda
using
do that.
hashtag AskBGH.
Yeah.
Patreon to get back episodes and much more.
I love it.
Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror.
Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror. You can watch a live stream of the show now with, during this segment anyway, live on-screen comments. You too can be on Bloody Good Horror. Liz says, dollar store Hamaconda? Maybe. There we go.
Hamaconda. I like that.
Let's see. This is great, John. Most of the comments actually. Well, Jay says Psycho Goreman, top 10 films of this decade, so I'm a fan. And then the rest of the
I mean,
chat.
if you like
during
Psycho
the-
Goreman, this is for you.
The rest of the chat, John, during the movie was about the bookshelf behind you. Rob Nelson would like to know, does John color code his books? Rob, I think it's pretty obvious from looking at. And then
Yeah, they're not
Liz said,
randomly like that.
I think he said his wife is responsible for that. Cute.
That's accurate. That's true. I mean, it was her idea. Like, I maintain the color.
Jay says you need more green books. Not a fan of science, John?
No, there's some. There's not that many green books. What do you want from me? They're actually right behind my head. So we have to go through it too. Like, we get new books, and then you're like, so you end up with like, there's a lot of reds right now. I don't know.
Reading.
Mm-hmm.
I
How
remember
does
when
it
I used
work?
to have the attention span for that.
I'm like proud of myself. I have the attention span to play a video game right
Yeah.
now, honestly.
I need a
great.
book in reel form. Is that possible? Can we get it? Can we get it down to a reel length? That'd be great.
Oh, a real. I was like, what?
Book in real
R
form.
E E.
Yes, I gotcha. I'm following now.
This comes out November 11th, right? So
Yes.
On VOD,
but
yeah.
That,
It
that is
it did get a limited theatrical. It did some.
this show will come out Friday the 7th, and that means the movie comes out the following Tuesday,
Yeah.
the 11th. So there you go.
Get
VOD.
into it.
Casey,
Get
what do
it
we
in.
got? Casey, what do we got on Threads?
We've got 2 threads out there tonight. The first one's from our good buddy Metal Prof. I have a backlog of horror films in my streaming services like Sinners, Final Destination, The Substance, etc., but I just never get the motivation to watch them. How do you recover your horror mojo when it seems you have lost it? That's a good question.
I'll be honest, I've gone through many years of the show without it. Not right now. I mean, not necessarily right now. I'm just saying, like, I think it naturally,
There's
it
ebbs and
naturally,
Flows.
it naturally ebbs and flows. And if I didn't have the show, I probably would be doing the same thing, struggling the same way other
Yeah.
people do. It's
I might
actually one of
Start
the
with
things
the substance.
one of the things I love about
Yeah.
the show is that it forcibly gets me to watch things and kind of keeps me current in a way I absolutely would not be without it.
Exactly.
Fair.
But I myself have been getting getting my mojo back on the sides by going through Prime. Prime, they have some great old horror stuff out there. I've
Yeah.
mentioned this a couple times, and there's a lot of good 80s cheese out there. I watched Gate 2 the other night.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey.
So things like
They've
that.
been serving me the Gate. I think
Yeah.
on Prime. I do the same thing, Casey. And it's like,
Yeah.
if I have time, I'm like, I'll just sit down. I pick one of the services. HBO Max has a bunch of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
They have a lot of like older stuff too.
Yeah, Prime's got a ton of Vincent Price stuff too.
Yeah. Prime does. Yeah. So Prime has a bunch of good stuff. Even like Peacock has a lot of the Universal stuff. Obviously,
Yep.
the hard part is like things move on and off. Some of the
Right.
smaller services, especially. So
Well, if you wait a little over a month for the BGH year-ender, then you can have your list narrowed down to 10 movies you need to see.
There you go.
yeah,
All right. Next
just go with
up-
your heart.
Yeah. Next up, we count our friends from Well Adjusted Podcast. If you could exist in one fantasy universe, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, etc., which would it be? Also, Patton Oswalt is a huge Lovecraft nerd, and we love that about him.
Yeah,
I
sounds
love
cool.
huge-
everything about him.
Huge nerd in general. Yeah.
Yep.
What was that movie we were talking about, that animated one he's in? Color of Night or something of
Ratatouille?
Night?
Yeah.
Color of Night, right?
Spine of Night.
Spine of
Spine
Night.
of Night.
Yeah.
Color of Night. Fuck am I
Yeah.
talking about? I can never remember the name of that goddamn movie, and I love it.
I know.
Color of Night, wasn't that like there was like a Bruce Willis like erotic thriller?
Let's Google it.
Okay, 100%. There
Dude,
is.
yes, 1994.
100%.
I remember that movie.
I have that on
Wow.
VHS somewhere in a box
Yeah.
somewhere because that was the one he did full frontal in, and I went through a Bruce Willis face when I
Color
was a
of
teen.
Night is a 1994 American erotic mystery thriller film produced by Synergy Pictures and released in the U.S. by Buena Vista.
There you go.
Directed by Richard Rush, blah, blah, blah. Stars Bruce Willis, Jane March, Ruben Blades, Brad Dourif, Lance Henriksen, and Scott Bakula. That's a lot
Don't
of
make me
sexiness
make
in
it a
one
staff
movie.
pick. Don't make me do this.
Color of Night was a box office bomb and quote unquote
Oh, yeah.
won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Picture at the 15th Golden Raspberry Awards, where it received a
Ryan
leading 9
Raspberries.
nominations. It became one of the 20 most rented films in the United States home video market in 1995. Maxim magazine also singled Color of Night out as having the best sex scene in film history. It is noted for its style, akin to the Italian giallo genre, and has gone on to achieve cult status. In 2018,
The
Kino
real ones knew
Lorber.
from the beginning.
In 2018, Kino Lorber, under license from Disney, released a special edition Blu-ray of the film that contains an audio commentary by Rush.
I love that Disney owns Color of Night. That is.
Hold on, I'm
they
gonna
own
click on
that,
this
Rocky
Maxim
Horror Picture Show.
magazine.
What were the other films on the list? Do you have the list there?
I'm trying to literally go like down to the like index on the.
Turns out
Wikipedia
the
page.
Maxim magazine archive not online.
I bet it is, right?
I
Bet it's on the Internet Archive.
Yeah, well, maybe.
23. Let's see. I'm going to Maxim magazine right now. I'll tell you.
There's no way. If this should, I would be truly blown away. So,
No.
Casey, what's the other threads we got over there?
That's it for threads, actually.
Oh,
No, we're talking about Color of Night now, John.
Yeah, new podcast spinoff. I just want to talk about that all night.
There we go.
It is a wild ride.
Fascinating.
For Levi's question,
think I've
though, I
seen
will say I'm a fantasy nerd, but it hasn't been on TV or anything like that. But there's a series called The Black Company by Glenn Cook, and that would be my world of choice. There's all sorts of crazy magic. There's crazy fantasy creatures like sky whales, all sorts of fun stuff. So, and there's a good 12 books. Keep you busy. And Eric, you'll appreciate this. They're not fantasy books. They're all, probably within a reasonable 250 pages.
Okay.
That's
a novella,
rare in the
perhaps?
fantasy,
No,
it's longer.
250 is like is
A
book
novel,
sized,
but
yeah.
yeah.
I did read all the Game of Thrones books more than once.
Those are pretty long.
Hey,
How do you think I know what a sellsword is?
There you
That's
go.
fair. True.
All right, let's see. We got on Insta. Oh, we got a couple Slacker questions actually. Let's see. We got a Toxie remake and now this. What very niche 80s cult movie should be next? I've been saying it for years, John. Chud.
Oh well, sure. That's another one though. Like it would have like Steven Kostanski's got to do it. Like I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like
Turgid.
you wouldn't want that being done by a lot of I don't know maybe
By I would take a serious take.
Okay. All right. We'll get the horror section spun up on it. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know that I have another. I don't go deep enough on some of the 80s stuff. So
I don't really want any remakes. You know what I'm saying? But this just happens. This one just happens to work. Dusty, my question is simply this: what are your feelings about Hunky Boys? Well, we just covered John.
Well,
sword
protect
fighting,
them at all costs. Like,
Yeah.
Liz
big
says, "Should I watch
fans, obviously.
Should I watch this one first or the original? As I've seen neither."
this one.
I
and
think
then
you're
keep
safe
it
with this
pushing.
one.
Yeah.
It's
I
going to
might
be a
dip
different
into the original.
experience.
I'm very curious now, but
Yeah,
you know.
I am too.
Casey,
Especially
where
since I
did
know
you,
there's
did you say
5.
it's on Amazon? Is it on Prime?
No. Yes, I did.
Oh.
It is. That's according to Just Watch. It is, and it's also on Tubi.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah, don't sleep
Yeah.
on Tubi. Yeah, that's the other one.
Tubi's
If you're
like
looking for stuff horror movies to watch, there's some deep cuts up in there.
Yeah.
Tubi's great. Tubi 2 will just autoplay stuff.
Yeah.
I've talked about being very into the Roku channels. Like there's a Shudder channel and a Scream Box, whatever the hell that is, and there's a bunch of horror stuff. Some of and it's weird. Some of them are edited on those channels, and some are not, and I can never tell the difference. Like some
Yeah.
look like they're broadcast cuts, and I'm like, what are we doing here? This isn't broadcast.
Like,
this is Roku.
are they widescreen or are they 4:3? What are they like? What?
No, but I mean, like they're edited for content, like
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
nudity and swears and violence and stuff. Like I can tell I'm watching a TV cut.
Seems bad.
Yeah, it does. Okay. We got a couple
What
Instagram
am I
questions. Brian Wolford, I'm so jealous. Are the crew from Psycho Goreman restoring your love for movies like they are for me? You do feel the
Something.
love. I think
Yeah.
you feel the love. Yeah.
Lots of love there.
Haunted by the Horror says, do you prefer fun or scary these days? Post-COVID, I am in the fun camp. I can handle either, but like, I would actually say like fun or like serious, because scary can also be funny sometimes. Like, scary movies can have a little bit of humor in them. I think what I don't like is when a movie tries to sort of dabble in humor and doesn't do it that well. You know, it's like if you're going to go that route, you got to actually be funny. And that's not always the case.
Yeah. You got to be,
Yeah.
you got to know comedy.
Yeah. I want both. I don't want to choose.
I want it all in
want
one
both,
package,
boys.
though,
Yeah.
Rachel, or you want a
I mean,
sample?
if you can pull it off, if you can, I mean, it's rare, you know, but when I think about something that's both funny and scary, something like Barbarian, like if I can
would
have
like-
both, I want both.
I would like to see a movie like at least once a year that actually scares me. And like it happens.
God, it's hard.
It's still possible to be scared for me, but it's been a hot minute, I feel like.
Well, yeah, and I guess to be clear, you don't mean jump scares you, because that.
No,
feel
I mean like
you
scare
get-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like legit.
Yeah.
You're like,
Like
"Ooh."
looking over my shoulder when I hit the
when
parking
you
lot
walk
kind
to
of
the
vibes.
car. Exactly.
Long Legs. That movie freaked me the fuck out. So it happens, you know. Schnecky91. Oh boy, does this get us closer to a Gore or an Ator remake? I don't know what Ator is, or Beastmaster.
Sure. Yeah. Beastmaster would be a strong candidate, I would think.
What is Ator? Is it? Did he like misspell that?
I think there was.
Oh no, it's called
something-
Ator. There's a whole series actually.
Yeah, it was similar to Gore.
4 Italian movies made in the 1980s by director Joe D'Amato.
I
Ator
thought
the Iron
Beastmaster
Warrior.
was later. I guess it's actually like the exact same time period as.
No, the original Beastmaster was 82.
Yeah, 82. Yeah.
There was, I can't remember this series, and I don't think it was Gore, but there was one of the Sword and Sorcery book series, and it may have been, but they were all big into the Frank Frazetta art covers. That was like a huge trademark of it, which the posters for this Deathstalker, they did a great job of paying homage to even kind of that Frank Frazetta art style and stuff, too, of that era.
I love this. Rob Nelson says, Chud, but only if Daniel Stern reprises his role. I have told this story many times on this show, but about 20 years ago now, I interviewed one of the main producers on that movie. Like, unknowingly, I just love Chud, and just, like, it was the early 2000s. Like, online horror was getting really big, and I was just hitting up people. I was just stalking, early days of Google stalking, and just finding people that were associated with movies I love, and just for interviews for no other reason. That I just wanted to talk to him. So I found this guy from Chud. I interview him. He sent me a bunch of I probably still my email somewhere, like concept sketches of the monsters that they were working from, like because there were a lot of like, really wild. What they came up with is very B movie, but they had obviously like more ambitious kind of ideas to start. But it turned out, like unbeknownst to me, until I started interviewing him, like he had a whole vendetta about this movie against John Hurt and Daniel Stern, because they apparently completely fucking like big dogged the production as soon as they got in there and took over the whole fucking movie, and were like rewriting the script themselves every day, cutting the producers and director out. It was a big it was a big thing. And so this guy had a fucking like vendetta against Daniel Stern. I remember being like, tell me more. Everything.
I love it.
And it's made my rewatches of the movie like so much better, because he's so intense in that movie, Daniel Stern. And now I'm just picturing him also being really intense on set and like just taking over. And I'm like, I love this so much.
In the meantime, young Eric on his second or third interview, and he's like, "Oh my God, I've struck gold."
Yeah,
I know,
no one
got
gave
the
a shit
scoop.
except me. Yeah, and actually,
Three
like
other
what
Chud fans.
he ended up sending me a copy to review of a movie that this guy had made. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, a very terrible movie called Aberration. It was a New Zealand B horror film in 1997 that this guy directed. His name was Tim Boxall. I still have the VHS he sent me.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
And it's just like a little
No, it's like a
B-movie
lizard thing.
creature feature kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably be better if Daniel Stern wrote it.
But these were the early days of the internet, John. This is why, like,
So
I was
brutal.
never interested. Like, I was around in those early days of like horror sort of journalism, but I never gave a shit about movies coming out or help anybody promote anything. I just wanted to fucking go to meet people and like sometimes that dovetailed into like I did an interview with Eli before Cabin Fever came out because I was just very interested in that movie. But it was largely like, hey, were you in Friday the 13th Part 5? Well, like I was hitting up a lot of people from those movies before they had gone to the convention scene, and they were largely like, well, I don't want to talk about this thing. Like, why are you
Yeah.
why are you contacting
Well, because
me?
it was like a weird. It was the convention scene. We were like early when we were starting to go in like 2007, 2008 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I was going in the early 2000s. Like, I remember going to like a Hellraiser reunion. Like, there were people who got it
Yeah.
early on, but like not the way the last 10 years. It's
No, it's a
anyone
completely
who's ever
different
been
universe.
in
Yeah.
a B movie has a table to the point of inflation where then it's like when you go to these conventions, you're like, oh, nobody's even at this table. Like, it's just interesting. I just wanted to chat with people, man.
Well, you scratch that itch.
I did.
Do we have other questions, Eric? I guess is the important thing to resolve now.
I always have questions.
Yeah. Okay.
I always have questions. All right. Do we know what we're doing next week?
I was just looking. You know what comes
Predator
out?
is coming
Yeah,
out.
Predator's in theaters.
I got D-box tickets, so whether we're covering it or not, I'm going to see it this weekend.
Rachel, you in that goddamn D-box. We should do... Feels like we should do Predator for sure.
I can do it. I can
I'm
do
always
it.
down for some Predator.
My son was asking me about it. He's like, "What's the deal with Predator?" And I was like,
Oh yeah.
"I mean, it's PG-13. It's not even R."
Also, are we tying in
Really?
the Alien
That's
universe? Am I
disappointing.
understanding that?
Well, I don't know if it's... I mean, yes, because like there's a whole Wayland Yutani
This robot is from
logo
Wayland
in
Yutani
it.
or something?
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that really tracks actually with... I haven't seen it, but like what I'm understanding of that Alien Earth series.
Yep.
Like it
Yeah.
feels like that's very...
Yeah.
Disney is also distributing this. That's
I mean, they own all this shit now.
but they
Yeah.
don't
Everything.
Aliens, not them.
Isn't it
Or-
20th Century Fox? Does Disney own them?
Yeah, I guess they did.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that show was on Hulu. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there we
All
go.
right. I'm not even
As
figure
was
out when
the
I'm
first-
making it to the movies, but guess we're doing Predator.
I'll find out when that
go.
D-box screening is, my
It
friend.
does look
It's gonna
really
be
good.
a good one for D-box.
I'll go
I'm
to
just
the
gonna
real-
say.
I'll go to the real theater for Predator, and
Yeah.
not the haunted theater.
Whoa, fancy.
Yeah, because 50-50 shot. If I go to the haunted theater, my experience could get ruined by like the ceiling leaking or something. So if I think the movie might be good, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but
This
you
one
wouldn't
might be
even-
situation.
This one might be good. This one might
Yeah,
be
no,
good.
it looks solid.
It's the same director as Prey, and
Okay.
that was great.
Into it.
When was the last time you were at the haunted theater, Eric?
I saw him at the haunted theater, I believe.
Has any?
Correct.
I was curious if the if like the covered seats change in between your
Yeah,
visits.
it's always different.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Although that one theater clearly like the ceiling is just leaking and just the tiles are melting and it's moldy and like it's a whole it's like
Oh
a
my
biohazard
God.
in there.
Damn,
terrible.
risking your life.
I can leave my home at start time and be in that theater before the trailers start. Can't beat that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Pretty
nice.
good. That is.
I can do
pretty
it. I have 2 theaters where I could do that.
And all the
I gotta
employees
have
are
Ryan
dead
play,
inside, so I can just walk in with whatever and like nobody cares.
Yeah. Rachel, you gotta be able to time your theater.
And
show
there's
up
a
to
nerd
not
store
sit
now
through
right
30
across
minutes
from
of
it.
trailers.
There's a nerd store right across from it that sells old Fangorias.
Oh,
That's cool.
So it's like
this
turned
could
into
really
a flea
hurt
market.
the Eric pocketbook, though.
It has already.
Yeah. This is risky.
Let me tell you, inflation has also hit the old Fangoria market,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they're like $20 now. Like, fuck off,
Damn.
bro.
Liz
I mean, I'll
is,
pay it, but still.
You don't give him a back in my day? Start
I do, but it doesn't
shaking your
change the
fist at
price.
him.
Yeah.
And it turns out the guy's like 20 years older than you. So.
Yeah.
Liz is hitting that D box for trick or treat.
Yeah, I think I've got one convert. Well, come over to the D-Box cult,
But
my
D-Box
friend.
is only Regal, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
don't know.
It sounds like a sensory nightmare. So unless they can also build
not.
a heating pad into it, I don't think I'm
It does have a heating pad in it. I'm not kidding. I'm not. When I saw Black Phone 2, it was not D-Box, which is a shame because it probably would have made it better.
Regular box.
But I was enjoying the heated back that is the D-Box seat.
It
and then
heats
it just kind of
for just whole movie, not just when
Yeah.
fire happens.
no. It heats the whole time. And it has you can turn. Well, this is true.
There's
Isn't that
fire
what,
Right.
isn't
My
that what
back
D-Box
is
should do,
slightly
John?
warmer.
Should be like immersive.
It is. You kind of like float around and vibrate. It's great. It's good stuff.
What's
You know
the
what I'm saying,
markup on
John?
it? Like, what does the ticket cost?
A lot.
It's the experience is priceless, John.
Oh, okay.
Priceless.
Don't ask.
I actually don't think it's that bad. It's not like,
I mean,
like,
this is professional research for me, so I should probably just try one.
you
but-
should, yeah. I mean, I would have paid the extra to see Dream Eater with Indie Box and get them jump scares
Well, we
elevated.
didn't even consider a D-Box release. Maybe we should have.
You should have, yes. Yeah, I mean, I remember what Matilda saw, what was that, like Night Swim, and she actually paid for like the $30 ticket or whatever. I don't think it's that steep. I think it's like a few extra bucks. And if you can get the recliner, come on, forget about it. You're living your best life. Get into it.
John, knowing that my nerd background, please promise me that if you ever get to the point where you're thinking about putting out a D-Box movie and you find out how they code that movement to the movie, let me know.
Oh, sure. I can probably find out for you. Don't worry. Yeah.
That's my D-Box
Future,
fascination.
my friends. It's the future.
I'm also with
Sure.
regular box. Just a seat.
You'll see.
Just a seat and two armrests.
Movie Luddite. Get in there.
Rachel, I'm becoming an increasing and overall Luddite.
I mean,
More
me
by
as
the
well.
day.
Me as well.
It's gone sideways.
Yeah.
Genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
over.
November. Here
We're
we are.
here.
Thanks to everybody who
Yay.
joined us tonight. Check us out, patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror. Rachel, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me over every week on the More Deadly podcast, where we review horror films directed by the ladies. And you can slide into the DMs at ZG Podcast or at Rachy Pants.
Love it. All right, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll talk to you next week.
See yous.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.